So I want to take a minute and talk about my experience as the author of a book, of a Kindle book, a self-published Kindle book. And this is the book here, Robert. This little poster I have back here of it. Robert, A Christmas Story. And this book was a book that was inspired by an event that happened more than 20 years ago. I'm a professional storyteller. I told this story every Christmas, and it grew and grew, and people would ask me, "Oh, that's a good story." It was just a short little story at first, and they said, "Well, what happened to the people in the story?" And so I would sit and think about it, and I wrote more about what happened in this story to the people, Robert and Michelle, in this book, and it turned into a full book. And I don't know, I didn't really know anything about publishing or trying to submit. Maybe I should have, maybe I shouldn't have, but I decided to self-publish on Kindle. And I have had frustrations with it and successes that I wanted to share in this little video, and especially regarding advertising and promoting the book. And so at the same time, I have been working with a friend who wrote a book who had absolutely zero idea what to do with it. And so since I had learned some things, Bob Whire wrote this book, Truth from the Bathroom. And it's a really funny book about a dysfunctional marriage and way a man deals with being bullied by his wife. So recently I've had success advertising both books that I wanted to share in a video, because I'm always looking for ways to advertise my book, and I try a lot of things and I fail at a lot of things. So let me tell you what I've tried with my own book. I've tried billboards. I had somebody sell me on the idea, say, hey, put up they have a couple of these electronic billboards on the freeway. You buy a month's worth of advertising, and it was like $1,000 that I spent have my book. And I hired a graphic designer to create an advertisement to go up on this billboard, and there it went. And what was the result? Nothing. I've had emails from people saying, hey, I've got this Kindle book promotion site, and we'll give you thousands of tweets that'll go out advertising your book. And so I've purchased them, and they haven't been real expensive, $100, $150, whatever. No results. No books sold. This past Christmas, I bought for like $600 about a 3-minute set interview on a midday news show or community interest show, and it is hard to tell. I had a number of people that I knew contact me after that, say, hey, I saw you on this show, and it may have brought some interest in my book. So I try all these things, spend money on advertising. Oh, and then this one. Last year, a year and a half ago, I contacted an advertising agency that specialized in book promotion, and I purchased thousands of dollars of advertising, and sold $100 worth of books, maybe. And I was very frustrated. And of course, I was told that that my book didn't already have enough momentum, people interested in it, people finding out about it, and I didn't have enough advertising copy of my own that I'd come up with, ideas what I was going to do about advertising. I didn't have enough reviews on Kindle. I didn't have enough exposure yet, which is what I thought advertising was supposed to do in the first place. But anyway, it was very frustrating. And one of the best ways, before what I'm about to tell you about, that I found to promote my book was an age-old method. I gave it away. I printed out copies. I had, because with Kindle, they have the print-on-demand service. I would buy 10, 20, 30 books at a time, and give them to family and friends. Say, hey, try out this book, and that got pretty good results. Word of mouth, Facebook, and of course, how many times can you go to this well? But I went on Facebook and said, hey, I've written a book. How about my friends get hold of this book and read it, tell me what you think. And that had some results. I ended up selling a number of books, saying, hey, people supporting me and jumping on Kindle and buying my book, and some really positive feedback. But what about, let's go back to, or buying some kind of an advertising medium that works. And I found it. Written word media. And I have purchased advertisements from them now many times, and always sold books. Now they have two services. They have Bargain Bookski, which your book needs to be less than $5 during the time it's being promoted. You have to lower the price, and if you lower it to 99 cents or you lower it to $1.99, you're going to sell more, and then you see actual income. And every time I've done that, I've participated in Bargain Bookski. The day of the advertisement, boom, I look at my Kindle sales, and I sell a number of books. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. Here's the thing, though. I wanted to mention this. When I say sell books, all of you who have written a Kindle book, I'm sure you have the same thoughts I do. You want to find an advertising service that will advertise your book, and you'll make millions of dollars. You'll sell thousands of copies. And I know now that's very unrealistic. That you can find cases as you look through YouTube, of people who have had that kind of success. But you need to understand, if you're going to promote a Kindle book, that kind of success is rare. Selling millions of dollars worth of books suddenly is very, very rare. So what you're looking for is a way to spread the word gradually, so that you build up momentum and word of mouth on your book, because ultimately that's what's going to sell it, is people liking you as an author, people wanting to find that book, people talking about that book, and trying to find it and finding it on Kindle. So written word media has worked with that for me, and like I say, with Bargain Bookski, I've always sold quite a number of books, enough to pay for the advertisement at least that I've done. The other service they have, which I have recently tried, and why I'm doing this video, it's just still in the middle, it's an explosion that's happening, is Free Bookski. When you have your book, and of course through Kindle, I plan, because I belong to the KDP program, every 3 months I can put my book out there for free for 5 days. And when I do that, I purchase an advertisement on Written Word Media in Free Bookski, and I've done it once now. I'm going to start doing it regularly, and I got thousands of inquiries into my book and requests for a free copy. Well, they don't request me, they just go on Kindle and get it because it's available for free. And you might think, well, okay, then you're not going to make any money. All those people that got it for free, they're now not going to purchase it. And that's not true, because I'm going to have people, I'm sure, want to have a paperback copy of my book one day, or give it as a gift. Anyway, it gets the word of mouth and the attention and the interest going in my book. And I did the same thing for Truth from the Bathroom, and got the same result, to see if it would work for both books. And it did. Thousands of free copies, and lots of interest reading. Yeah, what it is the Kindle edition normalized page read. And I get thousands of pages read in that program. And I'm seeing interest in both books, my book, my book, Robert, and the book, Truth from the Bathroom by Bob Whire. Tons of interest in this book because of Free Bookski. Tongue twister, sorry. So I wanted to share that as somebody who has written a Kindle book and is trying to find ways to promote it and advertise it Written Word Media has been the first service, internet service, that has really shown measurable results immediately when I have purchased an advertisement, and I'm going to do it regularly. So if you've had success with one or more types of advertising for a self-published book, I'd love to hear about it, because boy, it's a challenge. It's a frustrating challenge to get people to know about your book, interest in your book, and movement, so you see progress, to get that ball rolling. Because the other thing that I have had because of this is reviews. I ended up, each time I advertised with Written Word Media, I'd end up with a dozen reviews on each book, because people would come and they'd read it. I would find it now on Goodreads, where there's all kinds of people saving the book as a to-read or am-reading book, and then they leave a review, and then they go to Kindle and leave a review, and that's what you really need. You really need reviews. So anyway, that's what I'm doing now to try to stir up interest in my books, and I think it's working. So let me know what works for you. Thanks very much. P.S. and P.S. I'm going to leave a link in the description to both books. If you want to take a look, go drop by the Kindle page and see the books and what's going on with them, when they're for free, what's working with them. Take a look, and I'll definitely leave a link to Written Word Media. So thanks very much.